Hello, I want to do a review of A2 Hosting. There's lots of different hosting providers out there if you need hosting for your website, and they can vary quite a bit as far as what they offer, their pricing, their security, their speed, their support, etc. And so today I want to talk about A2 Hosting, and I personally use A2 Hosting for many of my own websites as well as for hosting for a lot of websites I do for clients. And so I know A2 Hosting, I've used them, and feel pretty confident I know what I'm talking about when I share with you about A2 Hosting. So there's several things I really like about A2 Hosting that I want to cover with you. Number one, they do have really good speed. It's very important that your website loads quickly. There's been different independent speed tests done on many different hosting companies, and A2 has always rated either at the top or very near the top. And typically they do very well and at the top. Now, part of it is, as you can see, they talk about fast website hosting, up to 20 times faster, because they offer, part of that is because they do a couple different things that make them unique. One, they do have a turbo service, which is an optional. Like for example, if you go onto their shared hosting options, one of the things you'll see is that you can either get their basic package or you can get their light or swift, but if you want the extra speed, then that's the turbo. And what they do on turbo is there's limited clients on turbo. So with regular shared hosting, there's several clients all on the same server, and so depending on what those other clients are doing, it could affect you. Well, with Turbo, they have far fewer clients on that server, and so there's much, much less chance that what those other people are doing will affect you. So that's one of the things that they do that really helps with their speed. And then the other is they have some unique things set up, especially if you're using WordPress or some of these other Joomla and Drupal, where they optimize it. And so like with WordPress, they have a plugin that optimizes WordPress through caching and some other things to speed it up. And so they really do have fast web hosting, which is very important. The other great thing they have is some security. So again, I mostly work with WordPress. So when you typically upload WordPress, you log in at the extension wp-admin. Well, on A2, when you set up WordPress, it'll automatically redirect that login URL, and so it's essentially a hidden URL. So hackers, especially through the use of bots, they're not looking for that. They're looking for the standard wp-admin URL, and they're not going to find it because that's A2 has changed that. So much more secure. And then also they have CAPTCHA. So on the typical WordPress login, you put in your username, you put in your password, then right below that there is a CAPTCHA that you have to do also. So just again another layer of security. And then they also do some other things that set them apart with security as well. Things that other hosting providers do offer, but that you either have to manage yourself or pay extra for. Well, in A2, you don't pay extra for those additional security features, and they take care of it for you, so you don't need to manage it. So that's another thing I really love about A2. And then the last thing that I think really stands out is their support. A2, the name comes from Ann Arbor because they're based in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So A2 Hosting. So they're US based. It's all US based support. You do also, I should say, free SSL certificate. A lot of hosts will charge for that. I've been with some hosting companies that will charge up to $100 for an SSL certificate, and then you have to pay that $100 every year. So you get a free one here, 24/7 support. So it doesn't matter what time of day it is. You can get in touch with somebody, and that's what I want to talk about next. Their support, they have different ways you can get in touch with them. You can call them, live chat, email. Now, I've done all of these things. The live chat is probably my favorite because usually it's a short queue. You might be the first, second, third person in line, but they usually get to you pretty quick. And then many times, pretty much almost every single time, they fixed it while I was, on the chat with them. Last night, for some reason, I couldn't get the chat to work. I had to call them, so I just called, and they helped me over the phone. Simple, easy, quick fix, and the support has been great. So if you're looking at getting a new hosting company, then I would definitely encourage you to look at A2 Hosting. Now, I do have a link in the description box below. Certainly, in full disclosure, I can make an affiliate commission if you buy through my link. It doesn't cost you anything more. But if you found this review helpful, then I'd appreciate if you wouldn't mind making a purchase through my link if you decide to go with A2. Now, they do have different hosting options, which you probably are familiar with. Shared hosting is the most common. That's probably all you need. That's what most people will need. WordPress hosting, if you're running WordPress sites, then that may be something to think about. A little more expensive. They do have a few other security features. VPS, a little cheaper, but you're going to be responsible for doing a lot more with the hosting. If you plan to sell hosting to other people, you could get reseller hosting through them. And if you need dedicated, you certainly can get dedicated hosting through them too. Again, you can see some of the pricing. For most people, shared hosting is perfectly fine. Starts at just under $4 a month. And then you see the prices here. Some people, they get tricked, or not tricked, I should say tricked, but they think, oh, hey, $5 a month, that's, it's the same or a little bit cheaper than shared hosting, and it should be faster and this and that. But you're responsible for more of managing the hosting yourself. So just be careful of that. All right, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe. I try to do update review videos on a regular basis, so please subscribe so you can get those videos. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if not, you can give it a thumbs down. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped.